everyone, welcome to Africa's premier sports video podcast, the Three Quarters Podcast. Also remember to jump onto the hashtag 3QP and join the conversation. I'm Demima Duffield.
And I'm Narakomuya.
So we start off with E.P.L wrap-up. Yes, wrap-up, match day 32. So we had Fulham lose to Man City 2-0. Crystal Palace beating Huddersfield 2-0. What's with the twos? Leicester City beating Bournemouth 2-0. Man United, beating Watford 2-1. Burnley beating Wolves 2-0. Brighton losing to Southampton 1-0. West Ham losing to Everton 2-0. Cardiff losing to Chelsea 2-1. Liverpool beating Tottenham 2-1.
Yep, that was the biggest game of the weekend. I will be honest, I actually want Liverpool to win. And I was actually explaining to somebody when we were watching that game. I believe in coaching philosophies. And I believe in making something good over a long time. It was unfortunate that Liverpool did not win the league maybe 4 years ago when they lost to Chelsea. And it was Steven Gerrard's last chance to win the league. There's also the fact that Liverpool have not won the league in nearly 25 years or thereabouts. But when Liverpool signed Jurgen Klopp as their coach, maybe about 4 years ago thereabouts, I told some Liverpool fans that was their best signing, and I like Jurgen Klopp because of his gegenpress and basically what I'm saying, the philosophy, and he believes in something when it comes to football, and we've seen him implement it at Liverpool, and Liverpool have been able to play very attractive football this year. So I do want them to win. I honestly do want them to win, and I was rooting for them in this game, and it was an excellent game. Of course, Tottenham threw away a couple of chances, but Liverpool took the chances very well.
All right. No, I was actually thinking that my 14-year-old sister supports Liverpool. So that's my reason for wanting them to win.
There you go.
So match day 33, we've got Wolves versus United, 26 on Wolves, 46 on United. Watford versus Fulham, 56 on Watford, 19 on Fulham. Chelsea versus Brighton, 76 on Chelsea, 7 on Brighton. Tottenham versus Crystal Palace, 65 on Tottenham, 14 on Crystal Palace. Man City versus Cardiff City, 90 on Man City and 3 on Cardiff City. Southampton versus Liverpool, 13 on Southampton and 16 on Liverpool. Huddersfield versus Leicester City, 21 on Huddersfield, 55 on Leicester City. Newcastle 37, Crystal Palace 32, Bournemouth 46 rather, Burnley 27, Everton 29, Arsenal only 44, and Chelsea 71, West Ham 11.
I think they're right. They're right to the predictions. I do agree with them.
So still on football. We've got Manchester United's new coach, obviously, and we've got comments from Louis van Gaal, and he says that he doesn't. You can't just start laughing before I say it. You're like preempting it.
I'll let you say it.
So basically, he says that he thinks that the new coach won't, he plays more of a defensive game, and it's not going to be. Basically, it'll be what Jose Mourinho was doing. And that's what he says. So shots fired. What do you think?
Yeah, shots fired. He's attacking Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's credentials as a manager. He says that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is feeding off what Mourinho did at the club. Of course, I disagree with that. It was the first question I asked. If Mourinho was doing things right, then why wasn't he winning? That's number one. Number two, football, and Louis van Gaal knows this, and you can clearly see this. It's a jibe at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Louis van Gaal will know that it's not only tactics that win you games. There's so many things that go into coaching that make you, successful. And when, again, and this is why sometimes bad debates on sports can irritate you. 2014, we were watching the FIFA World Cup at some place called Viva Lounge. It was the third and fourth playoffs, Netherlands versus Brazil. Louis van Gaal had just been confirmed as Manchester United coach, and I was set with some United diehards. And of course, Bartok, and they start talking about how Van Gaal is great, he's coached where, and he's going to come to United, and United are going to win. And I remember telling them, there's a reason why the three most successful clubs in England are Manchester United, Liverpool, and Arsenal in that order. And it's because these guys have a culture, and the manager has to buy into the culture if you're going to be successful. Louis van Gaal didn't do that. He was from outside the system, and we saw what happened. Jose Mourinho, same thing. He's used to working with, patched up teams. He comes, he buys a couple of guys, and is able to produce. We saw what happened. You can't do that at United. Even at Real Madrid, Mourinho did have problems. You see, Zinedine Zidane understands the culture of Real Madrid. He comes in, he wins the league, back-to-back Champions League. Understand, and that's what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has done. He's a former United player. He played in United's most successful era. He was coached by United's greatest coach in Sir Alex Ferguson. So he understands everything about Manchester United. He's able to produce the results. One of the first things he told the players is that you guys, you have to understand you're playing for Manchester United. And Manchester United does not lose. There's a way you play. And you're able to bring out the psych or you're able to psych up your players. Same thing Zinedine Zidane did when he went to Real Madrid. Told guys, you're playing for Madrid, one. Two, you have to understand and you have to love the game. You love the game, play the game because you love it. Everything else will follow. Same thing. You play for United because you love the club and everything else will follow. And that's what we're seeing. That's a positive turnaround you're seeing at United. So when Louis van Gaal says that he's feeding on Jose Mourinho's tactics, I don't know. It doesn't fly with me. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has done a good job as manager at Manchester United.
So we move on to F1. We had the Bahrain GP. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have Hamilton with 25 points, Bottas with 18 points, Leclerc with 16 points, Verstappen with 12, and Vettel with 10. Any comments about that?
Mercedes getting off to a very good start. Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas number 1 and 2. Charles Leclerc moved to Ferrari, and for him to get a podium finish is excellent. He's a young guy, so that was good for Leclerc. Although Ferrari, I think, have a problem with their car, and that's why he lost time. Hamilton gained 14 seconds on him or something like that. Bottas also gained seconds on him. He was almost leading the race. So for him to drop all those seconds, it is quite unfortunate. And we always see Ferrari has a problem, and that's why, like, when the race starts and there's a clip or there's an incident and Ferrari is involved, something just happens that these guys are unable to finish. Sebastian Vettel finished 5th. Verstappen 4th. Of course, the guys I have to mention who didn't finish: Daniel Ricciardo didn't finish, Carlos Sainz didn't finish, and Romain Grosjean did finish. It's unfortunate for Ricciardo because he's just moved to Renault. He was going to be their flagship driver, and he was kind of pushed out from Red Bull because of Max Verstappen. I like the guy, and I was wishing that at least he would have finished this race. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, so we move on to the next one.
Unfortunate, but it happens. So we move on to a bonus segment where we're talking about sports and racism, and there's basically a group of Premier League coaches, managers rather, who have said, look, we are ready to walk our teams off the pitch if the issue of racism isn't handled properly. And there's a whole campaign behind it now, and I think it's dubbed, well, not I think, it's here, Kick It Out, and there'll be your boards on the side of the pitches, and it's. I think it's just disgusting in this day and age where we've got that. If wherever it is, but specifically right now, let's say football, a player is a player. You can't just. It's basically for. It's not everyone. It's actually, I think, a minority. But you can't feel safe enough or confident enough to help certain things at players. That's just not right.
But you see, the problem is that this thing has been happening for years. In the years I've been watching football, I remember Samuel Eto'o when he used to play in Spain, when he used to play for Barcelona, and the fans were throwing banana peels at him. I remember Luis Aragonés, who used to be the coach for Spain, he died And Luis Aragones, he used to coach Spain, and he was coaching a guy called Jose Antonio Reyes, who used to play at Arsenal with Thierry Henry. And excuse my language, but Luis Aragones actually said in Spanish, you have to show people why you're better than that black piece of shit. You think about in England, John Terry and Anton Ferdinand, brother of Rio Ferdinand, and it's been happening for years. Now it's still happening, and Raheem Sterling has had some encounters, and these players. And remember now, especially the Premier League, it's a big league now. It's taking in a lot of black players. We have very many players coming from Africa. It's a very unfortunate thing. I don't know if they're going to be able. They'll do all these campaigns, Damima. They did them for years, but clearly we've still been unable to kick it out of the game, and it's still a serious issue in the game. So, while I don't advocate for anything drastic, all I want to see is the FA do something a bit more serious than what they've done. These fines, by the time you're fining a player £30,000-50,000, come on, that's what he earns a week. Let's get serious.
Not really a dent in anyone's pocket.
Yeah.
But guys, let us know on social media, obviously, what you think can be done to curb, all of this and racism in sport in general. Or, just do what my mother said. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Yeah.
Guys, you can find us on social media. That is by following us on Instagram, liking our page on Facebook, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. I'm Damima Duffield.
And I'm Narakamuya.
Join the conversation. #WeQP.